destroyed an Ismo, and that was the upset. So let's see what we can do over here.
Indeed, anything is possible. This is the last quarterfinal of our day ahead before the semi-finals culminate later on this afternoon. Hanzelot versus Glorious. Who will be the winner of this match and face off against Startic in the semis later on? Let us know in the chat. For now, though, it's into our fourth main event of the day here. Hanzelot versus Glorious. Over to SWC2024 and Sam to take it away.
There are no speed limits on the road to success, but if you're in control, you're not going fast enough. Two electric players hoping that they will be zooming into those semi-finals. We're seeing the pre-bans coming in there, say Yonhong and Tian Lang, respectable units for both those guys, and Glorious straight away, 33% speed lead.
Ooh, and Hanzelot takes some of those units that Glorious likes to take so much. Zibala and Sierras, those are definitely steals right there. But then again, you're stealing something from someone that knows what he loses against as well. So he's going to be taking the comfortable unit still with the Robo and the Wunsa.
Yeah, Robo Wunsa, again, we're speed contesting. He wants to take that speed, take that first turn. Glorious renown for it. There we go, the light twin angels as well popping out. Mirul and Gracia. What a name to shout that one is, say.
Yeah, definitely is one of those names at some points like, that's double name. We have to remember double names for all of them. But we also have that Vert, and we saw the Vert last time around in the previous match for Startic working very well. Glorious, what would you like to answer? Because you do not have your Zibala, you don't have your Sierra. Normally you would like to draft those over here. Goes for Valantis. Let's see if he locks in another speed lead.
He can pivot right now. We've got the Neftis coming out as well. Surely Hanzelot knew Wunsa was on the table as well, say. Are we going to be seeing Will anywhere?
I think we will. It would be hard to say like to go full non-will. We do see a Vermos over there, so Hagang would have been an option if you leave in just the, or if you ban out the Wunsa. But then again, it might have been banned on your side as well. So this is definitely an interesting match where is he going to lock in the Vermos? Does lock in the Vermos, which is going to be very strong against the Neftis and Valantis, but might be banned in the respect.
Yeah, let's find out exactly how they're thinking about these pick and bans then right now. We're going through it right now to see exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah, this
nothing being locked in right now, though.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one, and both players are actually taking their time about thinking. I would say that I would have to respect that Vermos. On the other side, the Oliver is being banned.
So we've got speed leads for both of the guys right now. It's a speed contest. We said if you're not fast enough, you're not in control. Let's find out Hanzelot and Glorious in our quarterfinals, match 4, set number 1, Glorious versus Hanzelot. Who's going to be taking that first turn for you, say?
I would give it to the Zibala. Even though it's lower on the base speed, I do expect it to go towards the Zibala. But then the big question is, Valantis, how much can that Valantis do through counters?
Yeah, let's find out right now. Let's see exactly how it's going to go. It's going to be that Wunsa.
Ooh, the Wunsa's fast, and actually that Zibala is not fast at all. It is actually on Violent.
Let's find out. No, nothing from Verd right there, allowing the Robo to come in. Are you going to be able to push back more, or do you take the risk?
Yeah, I think I actually like it where he doesn't take the risk, because this hit has a chance for glancing. If he counts on this one, double miscrit, exactly what Glorious needed. Curse of the Beautiful, 2-turn AoE, glancing, armor break, the whole lot.
Yeah, those glancings coming in clutch, and now even Valantis adding in. Oh, the fire!
Yeah, but you can boost something up, but if you boost up the Twin Angels right now, once again, you lost a lot of HP already. It does go for the self-boost, but then you're fighting a bunch of immunity on the enemy side still.
You are. Can he get crits? Gets one of the crits right now, so Zibala can look to heal, but he goes for the skill 3 anyway.
Goes for skill 3. Wunsa, can you take out these Twin Angels right now? It does not enough damage. Twin Angels might actually take over the match from here.
Yep, Twin Angels, again, the skills, exactly what they're doing. The cool time down there for the Zibala is going to have it again to be able to boost someone up. Get that bomb resisting!
Oh, Sierra's not working out for these European players right now. Still goes for the explode, just absorbing a little bit of attack bar. Good cycling over there, and then has another chance for a bomb very time soon, hopefully.
Yep, he's got that improvise. Can look to boost up. Goes on himself. Is he going to be able to cycle in time? We've got the skills available for those light Twin Angels.
Yeah, Twin Angels does go for both skill 3s over there. Does do a good amount of damage, but also has another magical time, being able to stun all of those units. Cool times going in. Even if the Sierra doesn't land, this draft is having that much in the tank where it does work.
Yep, gets the bomb this time as well, though, onto the Neftis. Hanzelot turned this around with that Zibala additional turn.
Yeah, the Zibala actually made so much work on Violent. It's very interesting to see that unit on Violent, but that's mostly one of those things. Okay, it is something that you didn't expect, but we have a best of 5. You can still come back from this, but this victory goes to Hanzelot, and he played very well.
Definitely did, and Verd is just going to be able to clean up right now, going into those skills. Wow. Also, the light Twin Angels not managing to go fully down there did allow the turnaround for Hanzelot right there, and the freeze actually was really important from the Zibala.
Yeah, the freeze was actually very good. Like, he boosted himself to get attack bar back faster, plus get rid of the glancing. And with that, it's just taking a few extra rounds, just a little bit of puppeteer stuff going on, and he's definitely making it work. Glorious taking his time, think about the next match probably.
Yeah, let's find out exactly how he's going to be able to respond. Hanzelot taking that point, and again, the Germans are they're on the road right now. They're taking everyone down on their way. 1-0 up at the moment, say. Again, we saw similar kind of from what we're used to, I would say, from both these players, but it didn't quite pay off there for Glorious. The Vertihill was a bit of a pain, even though it didn't quite come off.
Yeah, it was definitely like the moment, like you had a lot of AoE things going on, but normally you have the kill potential because of the Robo moving with that skill too. Now he decided not to go for it. It's understandable not to go for it because of that Vertihill, but because of that, there was too little damage, things didn't die, and then it was taken over.
Definitely didn't, and we're seeing Yonhong and Tianlang as those last round pre-bans. Who are we going to be banning out this time around? Another core part around each other's draft. Is the Zibala respected? Are they like Twin Angels? What do you fancy for that, say?
I would definitely say Neftis is one of those core units that Glorious likes to take down a lot, and Hanzelot, of course, doesn't have. No, we actually go for Zibala, and we go for those Twin Angels.
Glorious looks surprised by that as well, in all honesty, taking away the Zibala. Obviously, Hanzelot still has that first pick as well. Is he going to look to steal, maybe with an Oliver, or does he go back to what he had previous with that Ciara? Ooh.
Goes for Cigar, though, so both the Oliver and the Ciara could be on the side of Glorious right now, and we have seen in last round as well that he didn't need the Zibala to complete the draft that he does have.
Yeah, exactly. Robo coming out. Again, wants to use that skill too, just to make sure you get the pushback, some more damage coming through, say. But Hanzelot's response last time was a Vertihill. Not this early, but maybe it could be on the cards.
Yeah, definitely could be on the cards later, but Hanzelot's really playing like the meta units right now, actually switching it up for a Vanessa plus Yonhong combination. We have seen other players like Ismo play this style and very well.
Yeah, they definitely have, but what did Pinkfreud try and answer it with in that set number 4? It was the Tianlang that could take the 3 units on. Ooh, what's he cooking?
That is a Ginger Brave. It's definitely an interesting unit. Back in the days, it was just a strip. Currently, it is a steal, but it doesn't have the highest of activation rates. Plus, it's similar to like a Segment. If it doesn't land, it might be pretty bad from the get-go. So, curious to see if it would land, because it's one of the fastest units on the field.
Definitely is. I mean, that's the thing. He knows how fast Hanzelot can be in his top sets. Did Hanzelot put it all into one? Vertihill was seen again just to be annoying on that field there, say.
Yeah, Vertihill, and I'm definitely liking something like a Juno in this position as well. You would end up with just one speed lead, but the Juno, also a Veramos. Veramos is maybe a little bit more susceptible to the Oliver pushbacks. Or premium version, a Pater.
Yeah, definitely there right now. You can see Woundster coming back out on the field, or Tianlang instead. I think I like that better.
Yeah, I definitely like the Tianlang better. It gives you options to say, like, I might not ban your Vert. Like, I could still, but I might not do it. And the Tianlang gives you a lot more options to make the banning phase difficult for your opponent.
Definitely, you know how crucial he can be getting that attack bar. It's the mind games right now, say. Do you have to respect the Verd, or are you just going to leave him in and have to deal with it?
Well, it's really the question of, like, are both speed leads going to be on the opposing side? Because if you ban out that Vanessa, you're definitely going to be outspeeding, but actually the Pater is being banned, so curious to see how well this Ginger Brave is going to do.
Let's find out. 33% speed lead for both of these Zoomers going into our quarterfinals. Match 4 set 2 between Glorious and Hanzelot. Hanzelot 1-0 up at the moment. Glorious looking to bring this back. Or is it going to be a repeat of our early match, a clean 3-0? Going first is going to be that Ginger Brave. Can you get the cool time?
It's also very interesting to see that the enemy side had 0 will runes. If the wounds actually did came through, it would have done absolutely nothing, which is interesting to see over here. But now the big question is, where do you go? Do you go for the Blade Fan? Does go for the Blade Fan, and that's a lot of damage coming in. If that Vert moves as well, the Vert is not going to move, but Provoke does land. Now, does get the additional turn. However, if you go for an AoE Vert, Vert takes out the Robo.
He does, but he's going to be able to follow up with the Neftis, get some silence. His defense breaks out on the field right now. He's against 5 units in theory, though.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult one. However, the silence does counter against the Vanessa. But the big question is glancing. Glancing did not activate there. Double crit from Vertihill.
Double crits is not what Glorious is wanting to be seeing right now. Can look to get a provoke on the Oliver, and that's crucial.
That is very crucial right there, because if the Oliver can't do the cycling, it's very hard to come back from.
Yep, and he can if he keeps critting. Gets 2, I think it was?
No, it was 1 crit and 1 miscrit, but we have this skill coming up. Big question is, would you use it just for the attack bar right now, because you would lose the healing through to the heal block, but Vertihill is just pacing so much on this match.
Yep, he's cycling now, and skill 2's coming in. 5k hit there.
A lot of damage, seal fire, armor breaking, still glancing on this unit, but if you land it as a normal hit, you might take it out. Does not take it out yet.
No, but it's not healthy. Defense break is still on there. And these units, unless Oliver can, I think he goes after the Vertihill.
Yeah, it's really hard to kill the Vertihill from this position. Like, even if the Oliver would do a lot of Oliver things right now, you try to stun it, but once again, mentioned in the drafting phase, Gingerbrave doesn't have the highest of activation rates, and that is the second victory for Hanzelot.
Hanzelot coming in clutch. We thought he was faster, and he's proven it in this case. Again, we saw no will on the side of Hanzelot, so he was ready for any of the wounds, but there we go. Wasn't actually in the draft in the end. Now Glorious knows that, though, sir.
Yeah, he does know it. So that's mainly on the Cigar. So the Cigar style draft is without will. So that's also Glorious. I think he's thinking about, like, okay, which units were on the field? All off will. Have to keep it in mind, because if he were to switch the Tian Lang for the wounds in that last draft, he would have let it in and it would have done absolutely nothing.
Are we going to see a Ren?
We could see a Ren. That is actually a good option, but do you have it runed up? Because at some point, you're out of rune depth. You have to rune everything up at, like, decent speeds, but it would be a good option, yeah.
We've got the pre-bans coming in then, back to the Yonhong and the Tian Lang as well. Glorious has that first pick here right now. Zibala's back on the field for him in this set at least.
Zibala's back on the field, but also for Hanzelot. So the big question is right now, if Glorious takes his speed leads, the Oliver or the Sierra first, is Hanzelot going to answer with the same thing? The other speed lead plus that Zibala.
I'm not sure what he's doing with his hands, but he's counting something, maybe the 33 speed lead for Oliver, Sierra and Zibala, so taking it again.
Yeah, taking it again. We're definitely running back the same draft so far. He does go back to the Dark Robot, does have a Neftis in here. Last time, I think it was picked a little bit later, but we're looking at similar drafts. However, Glorious does know that Zibala is Violet. However, could he have two Zibalas?
Maybe. We've seen the Light Twin Angels. Maybe to mention as well, say Glorious has been in this position before. Against Scribble Wibble, 2-0, needed those 3 sets to come back. But Vertihill again coming out on the field. Hanzelot just using it to really annoy Glorious's AoE units.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's just more AoE units coming in with that. Volantis also, once again, very open to a Juno if you were to lock that in. But you need... It's really the question, like, okay, how can you do with it? Does go for a Dark Gojo, which is a very interesting unit against passives.
He knows it's off will, right? So Dark Gojo with some Oblivion, with stuns, could be pretty useful, but does Hanzelot know that? Pata coming out.
Pata coming out, and that's definitely a very strong one over there. So I'm very curious to see how that Dark Gojo will fare in this match, or if he even makes it into the match. Yeah,
let's find out. Obviously now in the Europe Cups for every region, the Jiu-Jitsu Kaizen monsters can be used now. So Dark Gojo, we know is very strong, can be used, and Glorious is lucky enough to have him currently in the draft. Will Hanzelot allow him to go through though, or are we banning out some content?
We are keeping in the content, so it's very curious to see over here, because Glorious would be taking first turn on that Robo, so it's all about the Robo and that Verd.
Yep, is Vertihill. Got responses in our quarterfinal match for set 3, potentially the deciding set for Hanzelot, 2-0 up against Glorious right now. And we've got the Twin Angels going first, can look to get some strips out.
Can get some strips out, but do you also boost? Does actually boost, so it's not about the Robo, it's not about the Vert, it's about the Twin Angels and the Zibala.
Yep, and now he's in the driving seat. Sierra can try and look to land a bomb, maybe even go on Oliver to get stunned. No, going for the good Gojo.
Going for the Gojo, I like that option actually, because the moment you take out the Gojo, the Vert can take care of the Oliver later. That's not a big issue, but if the Gojo would have taken turns off, started stunning, started landing his things, would have been a lot more deadly. So I definitely do like the playstyle for Hanzelot right here.
Yep, and Oliver with none of the skills. Oh, there's an opening, but it's very slim.
There is an option. Oliver could definitely do all of their things, as we call it in the community, but Oliver has to do a lot of Oliver things to come back in this match.
Definitely does, because Vertihill's going to be able to cycle through for the rest of the team right now. And I think it's going to be all she wrote for Glorious here in this one, as Sierra finishes off that Dark Robo, and the Twin Angels just coming in to clean up. Oliver, even versus Verd, I think is an uphill battle at the finest.
Yeah, it's absolutely an uphill battle, and that just also shows the Twin Angels being able to strip and also slightly boost up with a very smart play. Zibala on Violent right after that. It just worked out so well.
Definitely did. Hanzelot showing that his drafting was really good there. He's going to be facing off against Startic in that next round. Another very, very good drafter. And of course, sad to see that Glorious couldn't actually be here for the Europe Cup. That is why he's online, but he won't be joining us any further. His first time at a regional cup. Maybe he'll be back in future years, but this time is for Hanzelot. That Lucky Devilmon apparently works.
It certainly does. 3-0 is the final score of that fourth quarterfinal there, with Hanzelot getting the ultimate